Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make a video on taking pictures of wildlife in the forest. I had one of my YouTuber fans or YouTubers request this. Probably wouldn't have made it without that request. But anyway, so here we are. Let's take a look at this. So this is going to be a long video. If you don't like long videos, please feel free to move on and watch other videos. I'm going to go through this, so it might be a little bit tedious. I'll probably be using both my characters and doing this for both of them. But first of all, let's get the actual way to find the various animals in the forest region. And then if you'd like to find or watch the video later or fast forward to various sections where I found the animals, then we can certainly do that, right? So I'm actually at the vaults, but let's take a quick look. So down to weekly challenges, wildlife, and you'll see there's more than 10 animals. So if you can't find one or the camera's not working for you, move on to a different animal. I'm going to try and walk you through where I think we can find these animals. We may or may not be able to find them all, but we'll take a look. So let's start off with the bee swarm, the blood bug, and the Brahmin. So the bee swarm is actually just down. Yeah, there's a little pond, probably over here. You actually, if you come down the hill, you'll see one pond, but it's actually not that pond. I think it's probably over here somewhere. There's a pond and there's a bee swarm, right? So we'll definitely get there. Blood bugs, I believe we can find them right up at this the Arenhold homestead. There's a farm up there. You guys are probably familiar with it. It has I think it's Arenhold. Pretty sure it's Arenhold. It has cherries up here, and there is some power arm up there. And there's a field, and I'm pretty sure there are blood bugs up there that do spawn. We may need to server hop if they're not there. I know there's feral ghouls will spawn there sometimes, and blood bugs typically. So I think we'll be pretty good at finding those. On that note, feral ghouls, we certainly can find them up here, and we can find feral ghouls down by the lighthouse. Just in front of the lighthouse, there's those little houses. That's where we can actually find feral ghouls. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Okay, Brahmin, chicken, and we already spoke about feral ghouls there. So Brahmin and chicken, fireflies. So Brahmin, of course, we can find at Flatwoods. That shouldn't be a no-brainer. If you have your camp in this region, of course, you should be able to just take a picture at your camp, right? And just to kind of look at the area where the forest region is, it's basically all of this area. Kind of comes down here, just past the lake, sort of up this area, right around there. It's quite a big area. Kind of comes up here, sort of in this area, and includes kind of the top mountains there. The next one was Firefly, I think. Fireflies we can get, I believe, right over here. Just over here. I think it's just in front of these forest trees. There's a whole section of fireflies. There's also there's if you watch some of my other videos, there's a spawn location right over here by this first pond that I mentioned. If you server hop over here, you'll eventually get a firefly. Okay, if you haven't watched my videos, we might have to do that anyway. You can also get a chicken there. You can get ragstag there. Cats, animals, you name it, a whole bunch of animals. Just by pretty much, you could probably hit that entire list by just server hopping in this location right over there. Ragstags, of course, we can find in this location I just mentioned. Also, just below the Gilman Lumber Mill is well, not below, I guess to the right of it, I suppose, or to the right of the Wixton Homestead, I suppose, is a little field, and there's typically always a ragstag in those fields. Again, sometimes you may need to server hop there, right? Okay, so we covered those. Glowing creatures, so I think glowing creatures, you'll probably just run into one of them will be a glowing creature. Firefly will probably be a glowing creature. One of them. I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. Legendary, I think the only one, either you're going to run into a legendary just by accident, or the leader of the pack event, which also has a wolf in it. So, leader of the pack, which is low level, gives you low level legendary weapons. That's the only thing I can think of that jumps out at me. Leader of the pack starts right over here in this area, so right up here by the dirt track workshop. So if you do see that. If you do see that event, then certainly jump there because you can actually get the wolf, plus you can get the legendary at the same time. And I don't think it spawns. I don't think it starts too often, so you may need to server hop or keep an eye out for that. But that's definitely one section you can actually find that in there, right? Okay, so I think we covered that. Mallrats. So Mallrat, Mothman. So I'm not going to really even bother with Mothman. It's so crazy difficult to find. So I'm not. Obviously, if you do the events at the lighthouse, then you'll get the Mothman. If you get that one, but you need somebody to help you with it, so it's really a pain to do. But again, if the event starts at the lighthouse, then there's your Mothman. Should be easy. Mallrats is also just at the lighthouse. In fact, it's kind of more this section here. So as you come up here and down the stairs, you'll notice there's a section between the George's Junkyard and there's a bunch of Mallrats there. And of course, I'm sure there are tons of probably other areas where there are probably Mallrats. There's Mallrats we know down at Flatwoods, just as you're coming into Flatwoods over here. And there's probably some other areas there, so I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it. Red ant, not quite sure, probably a random spawn somewhere. I wouldn't bother with that one. Red roach, lighthouse. Just at the top of the lighthouse, you'll find a red roach consistently. Just trying to think if there's any other areas. Probably in Flatwood somewhere as well. There's probably a bunch of areas, but I'll just hit the lighthouse when you're there looking for ghouls or something. Ragstag, again, just below the vault, I think, and at the Weekstone Homestead. You're probably going to run into them as well, or you can just server hop. We'll probably do server hop in there anyway. Gilman, the Scorch, of course, is right over here, as you guys probably know, just in this section. This farm is filled with level 1 Scorch as well, and there's probably some other areas. As well as the isolated cavern. So that might actually, it's got mongrels there, but I think those mongrels count as a wolf. So we may actually just go there and take a look, and we might actually get that wolf over there as well. I'm pretty sure the mongrels count as wolves, but they may not. Super mutant, blood tick, and that's pretty much it. So blood ticks, as you know, the Moonshine Shack, a whole bunch of blood ticks, so that's quite easy to find there. Super mutants. Super mutants, I know there's a location right over here. There's a location, there's actually a tower. I don't have it marked here, but there's actually a raid, not a tower, like we'll go there, but there's a super, it's pretty much over here. It's just kind of over here. There's super mutants there. You might find them at the radio towers as well, of course. They do spawn at the dirt junkyard if you're doing the workshop, so you could get them spawn there as well if you were struggling to find one. I don't think the prison is included in. Let me just take a quick look here. It doesn't look like the prison. Yeah, the prison just seems to be out the forest region. Otherwise, there's a whole bunch of super mutants there, right? But anyway, let's start with the bee swarm, and we'll see what animals we can actually find here, right? So actually, we're at the vault. So let's head down, and we might as well go get. direction. Okay, so let's start down here at the Moonshiner Shack, and we'll get a blood tick. Will be our number one stop. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully I don't run into issues with actually getting... Okay, so there's number one. Let me get my other character here quick. Okay, so there's your blood tick. So let's head to... Actually, let's just head... let's just head down, yeah. Okay, let me show you the first pond where you can basically server hop, and you're probably going to hit a lot of these animals if you don't want to run around and waste caps and stuff like that. So if you just head down from the Moonshine Shack, you'll see there's a pond at the bottom, and if you actually stand anywhere in this location where I am now and you server hop, it'll always put you right up, just kind of facing the Moonshine Shack. And if you come down here, and you'll notice we see frogs, but if you keep server hopping, you're going to see ragstags, you'll see a chicken, you'll see possums, all sorts, by just server hopping each time, and you're guaranteed to probably hit at least 5 of those creatures. Okay, just give me one sec here. Okay, I've just got... Okay, so let's head on down. We're not going to server hop. We may want to come back here and server hop for the chicken. We'll see. Of course, there's blood ticks right all over this this lumber mill. So if you wanted to get blood ticks down here, that's another location. But let's go. The next stop we're going to make here is the Scorch. Let's go get a Scorch, which is lit just on the other side of this lumber mill. And we might get lucky and we might find some break stacks. So just in this field that I'm about to cross over is typically where we can find some break stack. But as you can see, we've got frogs. So again, you can server hop in this location and you'll get different animals as well, including rag stacks will actually come here quite often. But the main reason we're here is for the Scorch, and we should find one in this building in front of us. Okay, there's one over there. I'm just going to go up here so I don't alert the whole lot of them, which I probably already have. Okay, so there's one Scorch here. There's another one here. There's typically a few around this area. Okay, so let's do... Okay, so there's our second animal, or second creature, if you will. Okay, so let's don't think there's anything there. Let's head up to the isolated cabin to see if we can take a picture of the mongrel. Let's see if it will register as a wolf. Oh, and there we go. We actually have the path to alignment. So we can actually go get a firefly there, but I'll also show you the firefly location at the top of the map. But we can also go get the Mothman if we get there on time. Let's just keep on heading this location quick. So we should see some mongrels here. Let's see. So that registered. I'm pretty sure that registered as a wolf, as I said. Let's go down and just double check that quick. So there you go. So a mongrel will register as a wolf. Well, maybe not every time, but certainly in this location, this time it did, and I've definitely seen that happen before. Okay, so let's head up to. Okay, give me one sec here, quick. Okay, let's continue up. So the fireflies will only obviously spawn when this event is actually happening, or if you've started the event. But it is tricky to get this event going. As you can see, there's fireflies right here. And they could actually include glowing creatures as well. Oh, so there's 4. See if it does a 5. Okay, so let's just double check. Oh, there's a red roach right there. While I'm here, where is it? So there's one actually up in the tower, in the lighthouse. But since this one is probably the one that came out of there, is my guess. Okay, that's 5 down. Okay, let me just get my other character here quick. Now, I'm not going to count. I'll probably take a picture of the Mothman if they complete the event, but I won't count that as one of the animals. At least I won't try to. Okay, let's go find atomic. Of course, there's feral ghouls here. Okay, so actually, I can't find the red roach, but I just obviously it's probably somewhere else, just further. Feral ghoul. No, we'll have to come back and try and find that. That's fine. Okay, so let's see. 3 minutes. 46 out of 50. So we should be getting the Mothman here pretty quick. Oh, there's a Firefly there. I assume there was a team helping out here, but maybe I was incorrect. Okay. I was gonna go take that up in case they were short, but okay, so there's the Mothman right here. Try and hit the poor thing. Okay, let's take a picture here quick. Probably people like downvoting because nobody helped the poor guy collect the stuff, right? Okay, so let's take a look here. So challenges weekly and down to animals. Okay, so Ragstag, Mallrats. So let's go find. You think the Mothman would be a legendary, right? So he's freaking should be, knowing how difficult it is to actually find. So it's interesting that the Fireflies didn't register as a glowing creature, which I expected it to do that. I thought I had I thought I took a picture of a of a ghoul. Nope. I'm not sure why that feral ghoul is not. It could just be one of those things where you just have to take different location, different angles for it to go off. I don't know. But anyway, let's move on. We can come back and do that later. Definitely feral ghouls over here that we can. So let's go for the Mallrats. So lighthouse is over there. If you head down this way, just down the steps, you will find a bunch of Mallrats. So this section you can come back and they consistently spawn Mallrats without any issues. Anyway, in this section there should be a bunch of Mallrats that typically spawn, and then also a little bit further down close to the road. So there's one right here. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, the one section. Okay, that's fine. The one thing I missed or wanted to go check out was the second pond, which I think it's around. Yes, let me just check. There's nothing else I really need to get. There's also feral ghouls at Slocum Joe's. If you're looking for feral ghouls, wolves at Isolated Cavern. But let's head back for that bee swarm. And again, there's also a bee swarm up here by Aaron Holstead. If you if you're looking up, I guess, just to the right. I think wherever the power armor silos are, you'll find. I think it's down here. Wherever the silos, if you walk up, or I think it's just to the right, you would have to look around. I don't know which side it's on. It could be over here somewhere. We'll go up there and take a look. But there's also a bee. There's probably a bee. There's a bee hive up there. I'll see if I can point it out to you. All right, let's go find that bee swarm down at the bottom here, quick. I'll show you where that's at. That was at that second pond. Might be just a little bit to the right. We can find that first pond. Is that the tower that I'm thinking of? Maybe, no, probably not. I thought that's a tower where the super mutants might be at. I think that's a different tower, but it looks like that though. Okay. Probably easier if I, you know what, I'm just gonna go, let me just go back to the vault. Just because it's easier for me to show you where that pond is without you getting lost. Let's start there. We just it's a little bit further to run down again, but I think it'll be better to start there. Okay, so we're at the vault again. We're gonna head straight down. Okay, there's Moonshiner's Shack on my right here. Okay, so there's that pond on the left that I said you can spawn. So I think the other pond's just in this direction, if I'm correct. It's either there or it's to the, it's kind of over there to the left, I forget. But I think it's down here. We'll find it, hopefully. Yeah, it doesn't look... I think it's closer to the road as well, to be honest. I think if you walk along the road... if I see it, I'll recognize it. Yeah, okay, so maybe it's further down this way. Let's take a look. That's, and actually, it might be, you know what? It might actually be this pond. I'm thinking it's a different pond, but it might actually just be this one. Let me take a quick look here. See if I'm going crazy. No, so it's definitely not this one, because the beehive would be kind of in that section. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. If you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. In fact, I think it's actually... I think it's actually up. Maybe it's closer to... yeah, I think it's over here. As you come down from the vaults... Okay, so there's Moonshiner's Shack. In fact, we actually, you know what we'll do? Tell you what, let me go back to the vaults. And I will be able to find it a lot quicker. I know what it is now, I think. Okay, so head down these stairs. And you can continue down the stairs if you want, but it's right down here, I think. Which I'm thinking of the same pond, but... so there's camp here. It's the one that has the little frogs in it, I think. So there's the one that we saw earlier. there it is, I think. So there's the pond on the right there. So there's Gilman. I think it's this one. Yeah, this looks a little bit more like it, if it's not the same one. Yeah, so this is the one with the dock. You can actually see there's a dock there. Let me see if I'm going crazy. I don't see the bee swarm, but... Oh. This is the one I was thinking of. Oh, there we go. There we go. So, just to kind of, between the isolated cabin and Gilman Lumber, at least on the map, you will see there is a bee swarm right over here. I don't know what's that popping out the water there. Frog, maybe? Oh, maybe it's not going to even register. It could be that somebody has killed that bee swarm. So it looks like there is one there, but... So just across from here, I'm pretty sure there's probably normally another bee swarm that'll come out. And there will be bees flying around like a bee swarm, right? I have a feeling someone's killed that. But anyway, we'll find another one. So there's definitely a section check out. I don't want to actually server hop. I could server hop and just prove that to you, but I'm pretty sure someone's probably already be down here, and if they killed it, then obviously they would. No, we might need to come back, but we'll go and see if we can find the bee swarm up here. I'll show you where that one is as well. Okay, so let's take a... Oh, there we go, yeah. So there's leader of the pack. So let's go and do that one. Because that event doesn't show up as often as I think it might have or should. And it's the only legendary one that I can think of. There's probably other legendaries, but so when that shows up, either try server hop if you can't find it, or look out for it. And then if you do see it, just go there straight away and then join it. And there's 3 sets of wolves. You're only going to need 1 in this case. Okay, so leader of the pack. So okay, there's 1 up there, and there's 2 down there. So I'm going to actually head up because I want to go up to Aaron Homestead anyway. And there's also Scorch here, by the way. So if you need Scorch, you can come up here. So let's head up there, and we should be able to get 1 legendary wolf. And then we can head up to Aaron Homestead. Okay, so they're all going to start coming here, I'm sure. Okay, and these guys are pretty easy to kill, so you can be a low level, no problem. And also it's good for low levels as well because they give you these level 1 legendaries. They give you some pretty cool legendaries like a Stimpack water filler or a sword, or you know. So okay, so here we go. We just want this guy. Yeah, now keep an eye on him because he's the legendary that we need. We don't want to lose him. Okay, I'm gonna leave that guy there. So you get a 1-star gun there. Okay, where's the others? Normally like 4 or 5 wolves. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a picture of him before we lose him. Okay, so we should have our legendary for this one. And there you go. He's probably going to be the hardest one to actually get for this challenge. And then you can get 2 other legendaries there from these 2 guys. You get a total of 3 legendaries. And then there's also another event that starts right after this one. It's called Hunt the Wolf or something. Don't even bother with that one. It gives you nothing. But if you want to go end the actual event, you just have to kill these 3 for it to really end the first phase or first wave, if you will. And then if you want to actually do the final one where you get no real rewards, you don't get a legendary. So I wouldn't even bother. I normally just let them go wander around. Someone will eventually kill them and tell you that it's ended. Okay, so let's get Tinker here quickly. If I can get that. Okay, so let's head up to Aaron Homestead, which is right over there, and we're going to see if we can get... Actually, Super Mutants up here as well, so if you want to find some other Super Mutants, they like I said, they're done here, or there's a whole bunch up there. So since we're up here, we might as well actually go there. Let's just go up here, this application. So up here, we're looking for the Blood Bug, or the Feral Ghouls, or the Beehive. We should be able to find those 3, or 1 of them, or 2 of them. Okay, so there's also mongrels up here, so for wolves, you could probably get them. So anyway, so we're looking for the field, which I think is just below these caverns. And this is also where the lead of the pack will end typically. They typically end up here. At least some of them. Okay, so let's go and see if we can find this field, which is this field with the tractors in it. Okay, so I see some... Oh, there we go. So I think this would be a blood bug. There we go. So blood bugs up here, as I thought. You nasty things. Okay, hopefully we haven't lost. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's get the picture. So if you don't find a blood bug up here, just serve a hop, you should find one. Okay, there we go, number 9. The Feral Ghouls will be number 10, and then the Beehive, you know, will be one of the other ones. Okay, let me see. Get it. And you can also find, if you're not familiar with this area, there's a bunch of cherries. So you'll find 10 cranberries in this field. So if you look around, you have to look really carefully. You'll find a total of 10 here to make all sorts of pies and stuff. There's also corn up here. Razor grain, I believe, as well. Okay, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so let me show you. Let's go see if we can find that beehive. Okay, so as we go to wild corn, power arm in that. Typically, there's power arm in there. There's a locked. The door's locked, which you can pick. Get T60, T45, fusion core. There's one there. The key is actually up at the shed. So he has a whole bunch of more blood bugs and more cranberries. I know you can actually get more than 10 cranberries. I know on the right side of the field, or the field where we were, that's where there's 10. Looks like there's more up here. Oh, they're not cranberries, they are potatoes. Okay. Okay, so if we head up here, let's see if we can find that bee swarm. Or see if we're going to be unlucky. On this guy is the key that you want if you want to go open that power armor place. So maybe... level up, great. Missed that. Let's see if we can get... no bee swarm. Float fire. So maybe we won't get the bee swarm. I don't know. I mean, we can try again down at the bottom, but pretty sure that should register as a bee swarm, but again, I think you have to have them flying around, right? Anyway, let's see where we go. We got one more to do. Let's go. Yeah. So Brahmin. Okay, Brahmin's very easy. So you can get that in Flatwood. Chicken, harder to get. Feral Ghoul we should be able to get fairly easily. Glowing creature. So one of those. We just need one of those. Rag stack. So there's quite a lot of options, yeah, for you outside of the beehive, right? So rag stack, super mutants. You've got the Mothman if you did that event. Glowing creature. You can find a glowing creature. Brahmin in Flatwoods, chicken, and bee swarm. So you should be able to hit one of those at the end. But anyway, let's see if let's go up and take a look at the super mutants, yeah. And that's been long enough for this video. So hopefully you found that useful, and hopefully you'll be able to get at least 10 of those of some combination. Oh, there's a super mutant right here. How convenient. There you go. Oh, there's someone else there. Alright. Won't let me fast travel, that's okay. Alright, so there's two more things. Leader's backfield. That's funny. I did promise to show you where the Fireflies is. Like I said, I do have another video on that. But while we, why don't we go up there? I'll show you where those Fireflies are. It's kind of useful for other events as well. So there's lots of events where you have to kill 10 Fireflies. So if you're interested in that, let me show you that quickly. And then we'll call it for the video. But yeah, if you do need other super mutants, this location, yeah, it's another lumber mill, and it has a whole bunch of low-level super mutants up there as well. I think it's up to the left, yeah. You can generally see it. It's kind of on a cliff like that one just in... Oh, there's more super mutants, yeah. It's generally up on a cliff. Oh, I think I'm way off, actually. Looks like a cliff like that, but I think it's this way. It's kind of easy to spot at nighttime because it kind of glows from quite far. And then once you know what it looks like, it's kind of easy to find again. I think it's down here. There it is. Okay, so you'll see a structure like that, and there's typically about 7 Fireflies hanging around here. So if you have to kill 10, typically you have to server hop. But there's a whole bunch you can actually... So normally I'd come from the bottom. If you're looking up, you can see that structure there, right? So anyway, so thanks for watching. I hope you found that useful. If you did, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. It does help the channel out, and I do appreciate it. Thanks very much. And sorry that it's been such a long video, but I wasn't planning to go to every location, but why not? Thanks again.